he would get here if he could, depending on how that hearing went, okay?
So let's hope that this can benefit you guys so we can move forward. So you just ask me whatever.
Why was our kids taken on April 27th?
I'm sorry?
Why was the kids taken on April 27th?
Well, as it says in my report, when I showed up to the house, you guys weren't there. Let's start with the allegations, and then we can kind of check them off, okay? So, first allegation is
What page are we on?
page 2.
2.
So right there where your hands are, all of the list of things.
Okay.
So the first allegation is that Destiny and Angel are hitting the child, Damari, and has left injuries. So that's just an allegation. I don't believe that I found it on that at all. I haven't really.
No, it wasn't found.
Okay, so we're not concerned about that one, and we can scratch that one off. Okay. That Destiny and Angel have neglected talking about Cameron because of his dental needs.
We had a surgery set up August 24th on 2017, but we had Leah August 5th, so they had to set it out, and they said they didn't know what date that we could do it on because it was so far off, so
Okay.
that's what happened with that.
Okay, so there was a concern there, and I do remember you guys talking about that. You guys did have something set up. I think it was down in Tennessee or something.
It was actually a surgery that was set up.
Okay, and so I know.
But
we
in
talked about-
paperwork, it's kind of saying that we didn't follow through with it. That's what it says in paperwork.
Okay,
Did you call down there?
well, if I did, it was in my report.
It wasn't.
Okay, so then, but I mean, looking at his teeth, he clearly had some dental neglect.
And that's the reason why we had set the surgery up.
Sure. So we've got one issue there, okay, in
Mhm.
terms of the neglect because of the dental.
Was that founded?
I would have to look, cause it's been a long time ago, and I've probably done 150 reports since then.
I'm pretty sure that part was founded.
We will skip back, so.
They also said something about Damari's teeth, the dental, but he had his teeth knocked out in the first home, running from a dog.
So it was founded on,
So,
why was it founded on Jeremiah?
okay, let me just do it, I understand you guys have questions, but again, I haven't been involved with this case for quite some time, so. Okay, so adequate medical care, so now I'm on page 15. And we're kinda halfway down the page where it says, cause they all kinda look the same, but it says founded on medical care, so under there, it's got the kids that I'm listing, so it's on Leah, Jeremiah, Cameron, and Damari. But they're all kids and it's founded on, so then I'm under factor 3, that you guys were aware it was over a year ago that Cameron had required dental surgery and didn't get that done.
Wait, say that again?
So it says Angel and Destiny were aware a year ago that Cameron
Well, who said
required
that?
dental surgery due to his 4 front teeth.
Who told you that?
That wasn't over a year ago.
Well, I'd have to read my report to answer that
I
question.
mean, I know it's the reporter, and the reporter is Teresa.
I can't confirm.
No, we know that. We know it, because we have a witness that was there from the beginning that told everything.
I mean, it's family involved, so you know, we
Yeah.
know who it is.
We know exactly who it
I
is.
mean,
Neither of
And another thing, I thought y'all wasn't supposed to take the word of just one person.
okay, well, what I'm not gonna do is argue with you.
Well, your boss is right here. Is their job to take the word of one person or multiple allegations?
It's collective.
So collective from others.
If we can get collective.
Okay,
So
okay.
my-
But it was the whole family out there.
And not one person said a word but Teresa. Only one person, and it's in paperwork.
So, but I called medical professionals, school, they hadn't had any
But they were
school.
agreeing with it.
In Tennessee, the law is different. They say you can start
You
school
don't
after
live in
this.
Tennessee.
We had just
Well, we
moved
just
here.
moved
We had
here.
just moved here in February. Our son was 6 years old. Y'all have that he was 7 years old. We tried to start him in homeschooling. They said that we had to wait to the end of the next
No matter
school
what.
year.
Okay, so.
You can't come in
I
and force
guess-
us to do what you want because that's our belief.
Okay, so.
That's what you did.
It wasn't even belief, it was fact.
In fact, we tried to get them in homeschooling. You didn't want that for them. So you take them and put something different in paper. Well, they haven't been in school in Tennessee. Okay, Cameron was 4, but he had just turned 5 in February. Y'all having paperwork that Barney was 7 in February, when he was 7 2 days before y'all took them. His birthday was April 25th. It wasn't in February.
Of the fact that your kids hadn't been in school, hadn't been going to the
But we
doctor.
lived in Tennessee. And
This is
if we moved here in February and we found out about school,
This is
you can't
May.
come in and say that we cannot do what we want to do with our children when it comes to schooling. Just because we moved here. We just moved here at the end of February.
But what
We're not
you
gonna put our
guys-
kids in school at the end of the year with 2 months ago.
Okay, so
That
this
makes
is
no
what I'm
sense.
not gonna do with you, I'm not gonna argue with
Well,
you,
I'm,
because
am
I'm
am I
doing what
arguing? I'm just talking.
Questions.
Well, I'm
You're
recording
not
also.
allowing me.
Okay, go ahead.
Let her
Go
talk. Let her
ahead.
talk back.
Record me
I'm
on
gonna
the
record you all you want
on
because you
the-
also told Teresa that you picked up 14 kids that day.
What?
Yeah, yes you did.
No, I did not.
Yes you did.
No, I did
Yes
not.
you did. Yes you
So-
did.
What's your next question?
Why was our kids taken? I'm saying you're not explaining it.
Okay,
You're telling what her
my
mother.
question-
Let me
You're telling what her
talk.
mother
Yeah, why-
said.
Okay, go
I
ahead.
called the judge.
Judge
and
who?
I told the judge.
Okay, what's the judge's name?
Judge Dean.
Okay.
Emily
And I
Dean.
spoke with that judge on the phone,
Okay.
and I gave her the reasonings, the concerns that I had.
Concerns. What was the concerns?
Are you gonna let me finish? 'Cause I
Go
could
ahead.
just
It's
walk
just
out.
hard.
I know you can.
Okay.
But it's not
Just
our
like you
fault.
walked out of the case in 20 days, so-called 20
Doesn't affect
days.
me.
But our kids are sitting in foster care.
And it
Don't
does affect you, and we are
You
suing
made
you.
that decision.
Yeah, you took our kids for nothing. We have all
I'm
the
not-
proof.
This is not gonna be a good.
What's
That don't make no
going on?
sense.
We're asking you
That
simple
don't make
questions,
no
and she's
sense.
trying to avoid the simple
Our
questions.
kids are sitting in
She's
foster
telling
care,
us
you can walk out.
allegations.
But hold on.
She can't just tell us allegations and say that's why she took our kids away.
Are you
Come on, Beth.
serious?
Hold on, guys.
You told me you were giving us back to them.
Don't-
Why'd you tell us you
yeah,
were giving us back?
yeah, and Taisha, we have proof of that.
This is not-
Oh, okay, wait, one more thing. She said our kids was in fear of death, right? That's what was in imminent danger, right?
this is not gonna-
Why would she give the kids to the people that was outside fighting? Can she answer that question? She gave them to Taisha when Taisha's the one who threw the car seat. Why would you give them to her?
Well,
I
Speechless.
speak with my supervisor about everything.
I'd
so
like
I
to, I'd
have
just
go
like to
by
get to
that.
the bottom of, okay, so we're on page 2, and we got to this, we did
This
neglect.
is why I think, guys, if you will let her talk, just let her talk, let her.
I'm gonna let her
explain
talk
to
about the allegations that were made up and then her not doing her job. So go
Well,
ahead.
She can tell you why she found it and why the kids were removed, but you guys have to listen to her.
But why make a comment that we didn't do 9 months to get them back?
Yeah.
No, I just simply asked.
That
what
was-
you-
I was at work when you came and took our kids. When you said I couldn't take care of them, I was at work. And she was forced out of the home because, and Deputy Smith said that he would talk to DHS. We gave you his phone number and everything. You never called him. You didn't call DHS in Tennessee when we told you what her mother did in Tennessee. They came over our house and said that I was abusing them, the same stuff she made up here. And they left it alone because they seen that she lied. And we knew exactly who it was. She did the same exact thing up here. And I let you know on that day what she did. On the 27th, I came and told you right in front of her that she had made all of this up and for you to call Tennessee, and you never did it. You never followed up on anything. Why didn't you?
I didn't need to call Tennessee because I had.
But you're supposed to gather
I had
all
an
the
order from a
evidence.
judge. I had an order.
But this
from a
judge,
judge.
the
I
judge.
want the answer to
Right.
why she called the judge.
There you go.
Yeah.
Let her tell you why she made those
So-
calls, because that will.
And if you interrupt me
Sure,
again, I'm
okay.
just gonna.
You
be
just
honest
answer,
because I'm
they
not
just
gonna-
asked, yeah, why are you talking to me? Talk to her, she asked you the question.
I don't have to.
Let's
be
just
here.
let her explain, because I don't know all
Yes.
these things.
So-
I'm new to this case in some respects.
So I get several allegations: medical neglect, schooling, not feeding the kids properly. Mom at the time was not in the psych unit, but had been taken to the hospital for something.
A mental evaluation.
Committal.
For a committal, which I do know that appeared to be kind of that wasn't true, because they released you.
Judge Brown.
So then I come up to the home, there is many people outside, they're fighting, they're throwing things.
Okay, why did you say I'm just asking you a question about when you came up to the home. Why did you put that there was 8 to 10 African Americans outside?
What would you want me to put? I have to describe what I see.
Okay, why did you change it to 8 to 10 adults afterwards?
What's the difference?
It's a big
It's
difference.
a big difference. It's a big
On
difference.
what?
That's racial.
So why'd you put
You
it?
don't just come up and say there's 8 to 10 African Americans
If there was a
outside.
situation like that and they were Caucasian men, I would have said. there
Okay,
was
so
an
why
8
did
to
you
10
change it in the next one?
I have no idea what
It's
you're
the same
talking
exact
about.
page, but you changed it. You changed it from that because I brought it up.
Show her what you mean, where you changed it, because it doesn't.
She
make-
changed it.
Well, I apologize if you felt
She-
like it
she-
was a
it's-
racial
it's in here when she
remark, but
changed it.
wasn't, so.
And then you seen them fighting. Well, go ahead, what you were saying about the car seat?
I just feel like we're gonna get anywhere with
What, I just said go with what she was saying. She just said something about the car seat, something when she pulled up, that's where we at.
Car seats being thrown. You were not there at the time.
Okay,
Did you
keep
ask the
going.
family why they were fighting?
Is it a police report too?
I'm not there to ask. I'm not the police. I'm
Did
not
you
there to
hear 'em, though?
ask why they're fighting. I'm there to assure safety of kids. And so I've
Were
got
my kids
multiple
safe?
people fighting.
Were my kids safe?
Well, obviously not because I got a
Because the
removal
parents were
from a
gone.
judge.
Because the parents were gone.
They were,
That's why
Hold
you
on.
got the order.
no, I got the order
Wait a
because
minute.
you guys weren't there.
You didn't
I was
find
at-
out where I was at.
I was at work.
I was there 20 minutes before you got there.
You
I
were
was
not
there.
Yes, you
I
was.
was.
You
Deputy,
weren't up on there.
deputy, yeah, because she
I
was
came from
taken
the
away from
hospital.
the
A deputy
house.
came and picked
When
me
I
up.
came to pick you, or
She had just left 20 minutes before you showed up.
Okay, I don't care.
Why
I
didn't
go
you
there.
find out where I was
Mom and
at?
Dad are not there. Okay, Mom and Dad are not there.
She set
I've
it
got
up and
people
you didn't even
fighting.
follow through with that.
I've got people fighting. I don't even.
But
I'm
who
not
are the
even
people
worried
fighting?
about this.
Why
Who are the
not?
people fighting?
What I'm worried about is the fact that your kids had medical neglect. They're
How did they have
medical?
medical? There was one child, and he didn't have medical neglect.
And your other
I'm saying what
child,
we was going through in
You were
Tennessee.
not feeding him correct. They hadn't. been
According
the
to
doctor.
who? Our two youngest children was in the 90-something percentile. So
Leah,
how are we not feeding them
The
correctly?
one you said
So-
wasn't being fed correct.
At any rate,
How did she get to the
information that I
90th
got-
percentile then?
If she wasn't being fed correctly.
Well, who's telling me that?
The doctor.
Yeah, the
What
doctor
doctor?
said that.
Oh my gosh.
We got, come on, Beth, where are they at? Are the kids healthy or not? Every one of them.
Overall, yes, now they're healthy.
Were they healthy from the
Were they
beginning?
ever
The
not?
were they ever not? Because every time we took them in, they said the same thing. Every one of them is completely fine.
We did have the dental neglect lights. Remember, we had to do the dental
Okay,
surgery.
and how long did it take y'all to do the surgery when y'all took him?
And even when we took them in, they said it wasn't even
They said,
emergency.
y'all, when y'all took them away from us, we had already had it set out for weeks later. When y'all took them, y'all rescheduled it for months. Even Alan brought that up in court. He said that y'all had him in y'all custody and did nothing about his teeth.
Well, what I can do in my report, I found it on medical neglect because clearly he needed some dental health done. I found it, I believe, on medical neglect for, let me look at these to make sure that I'm right, you're reading them right.
So why did you say the kids was coming back the next week?
Yeah. Why'd you tell us that?
I don't believe I did tell you that.
You did. Yes, yes, you did.
Are you going
Yes,
to
you did.
listen?
Go ahead.
Okay. I gave you guys, because one of the things was housing. There's a huge issue with housing.
So why'd you tell us we didn't have to leave Shalonda house?
Are you gonna let me finish?
Can you answer the question?
If you let me finish.
Answer the question.
So I gave you guys brochures on low-income housing. You did not follow through.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did.
Not before the court hearing. You
Yes, we
not.
did. We called
You didn't tell us
everyone.
we had to though.
No, we called everyone.
Do you want your
They
kids back?
said
I
that.
mean, that-
They
No,
wasn't
no,
taking
no.
at the
We
time.
called everyone.
They wasn't taking
And they
at
said
the
that they
time.
had year waiting
They said
lists and
6
stuff like
months
that.
to a year.
We did all of that. It didn't work at all. So you can't take our kids
So
because
I
they
think
turned
the
us
bottom
down.
line is here, you guys have 4 children in the system that are adjudicated children in need of assistance. That's been through the courts for 9 months now, correct? So they're adjudicated. You guys admitted to this in court.
I didn't
We
even
admitted to
say
what? No, we
nothing.
didn't. No, we didn't.
adjudicated.
No, we
Yeah,
didn't.
because
Because
the-
even on May 21st, when we were supposed to have court, you and Alan and Ryan, y'all went in court and had it waived. We never told them
We
that.
just
We
found
just
that
found that out. We never told them one time. We sat outside the entire time.
What the waiving thing is, so.
Y'all had court
any
waived
rate-
and y'all had it set off until June 14th. That's what happened.
Okay, well, I don't have anything done in court.
Because they
That's the
said we didn't
judge.
admit to it. We didn't
So-
admit to a child in
But
need of
here's the-
assistance. So
here's
y'all
the
set it
thing.
off to the
Your kids
14th.
are adjudicated children in need of assistance. Am I right?
No,
Are they
you're not
adjudicated?
right. You're
Are they
saying what,
adjudicated?
you're telling us what a judge did.
Yeah, that's
And the
right.
same judge that peed in the street.
I have no idea, we're not gonna be disrespectful to the judge.
That's not being disrespectful. I'm just being honest. She had to do mental evaluations.
So
She
I'm
had to
not
do random
having-
drug
I'm not
testing.
discussing any of that with you.
I know you're
That's
not
none of your
because
business.
yes, it is.
Because
It's
I'm the
public
ones
record,
making
so that is
decisions.
my business.
So we have an adjudication on 4 kids. I haven't been involved for a very long time. I found in my report, and you guys appealed it, and that's coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I don't know.
Are you representing anybody? Do you have an attorney?
They have to
for
pay out of
appeal or-
pocket for an
Yeah.
attorney, I believe.
We're fine with that. We're fine with that. We already been talking about every bit of that.
Make sure you call in, because if you don't, it'll be a default.
Okay.
So I've got several kids that are adjudicated already. I don't
Okay.
really, there's nothing that I'm gonna be
Okay.
able to say.
What
to
about
you
the other kids
today.
that was out there?
I'm not worried about those other kids. I was focused on yours.
So,
because
okay,
I-
well, the one that
your
threw the
kids
car
were
seat,
ones
her child was out there.
So-
So why didn't you take her?
Okay, I'm not gonna discuss somebody else's case with you.
That's not a case. She threw the car seat and you left her
not
child with
discussing
her.
anybody else's
And there's no police report or anything. You said you called the police. What did they say? What did you call them to tell them?
I called the police
And
for
said what?
safety purposes.
Safety for who?
Myself and those involved.
Okay, so where's the police report? What happened that day?
I'm not the police, I don't write reports, you can go down.
So
to the
you called
police
them-
station and
you
look
called
at
them
that.
for
Did
nothing?
not make a report on them, because sometimes the law enforcement will go to a house and just for, stand by.
Okay, but if they were called because someone was throwing a car seat, shouldn't the person that threw the car seat be the one in trouble? Shouldn't that be the one to get their child taken away for being unsafe?
It depends on if the officer determined that there
Well,
was,
she seen it.
I did see someone throw a car seat, but
Did you tell the police who it was?
But you placed Jeremiah with her.
But you put Jeremiah with her.
no.
Yes, you
Jeremiah
did.
did go with
Yes, you
Taisha.
did.
Yes, she did. You guys agreed for her.
No, I
No, we
wasn't
did not. No, we
there.
didn't,
Yes,
because
you
your boss
did.
was there, and your boss was there,
My
and I
boss
told
was
you.
not there. I
When I
Well,
got
who- well,
there,
not
my
you,
boss
whoever
has
was
never
there
been
with
there.
her, the bigger lady that was there with her. She even wanted to know why I wouldn't send Jeremiah with Taisha. I said no, and she said why, and she said if I didn't send him with Taisha, that he was going to be put in state's custody. That's what happened, and I told them that
So-
day that she did not need to take him.
Because
And
with,
actually, all 3 people that they sent the kids to, every one of them have a record.
were they family members?
Yes.
Yeah, but our kids don't know them. They were strangers to everyone up here. We had just moved here from Tennessee. We got here at the end of February. How can our kids stay with strangers they never known? And how
they've
can a
been here
woman that don't
3
even know
months.
them make this? We was here for how long?
What'd you say?
they had been there for 3 months.
We got no. We got text messages of when we first got here. We got text messages of when we first got here.
At the end of February.
At the end of February. So we have the messages. See, she don't think that we have the evidence and stuff that we need. We have everything. That's the reason why we wanted to have this meeting today. Because we have the evidence and stuff that we need. We know that she didn't do her job. I'm saying one person she only listened to Teresa. She tried to put the reporter. And then she said some female adult threw a car seat. But she didn't say the
Okay.
name of the female adult.
So,
But a paragraph
let's talk
down,
about
she did say the name of the female
fact that Dad
adult.
admits to using marijuana. Let's talk about the fact that Destiny admitted to taking a random pill that wasn't hers.
That
Taisha
Taisha
gave
gave to her the same person, and she admitted to doing it. Taisha admitted to doing it.
But
That's what
you
I'm
took the
saying.
pill. You
Okay,
admitted
cause
to taking
she
What
was
does
in
that have to do
pain.
with my
You did
kids?
not
What do
do
me
drug
admitting to
testing.
What does that
marijuana?
got to do with my kids,
You
though?
did not do drug testing.
It wasn't founded.
Supervision.
It wasn't founded.
I understand that.
So
You
why
don't
are we
have
How's that
housing.
supervision?
You don't have housing.
We were living with her auntie. We was getting
one-
mail
in
in
a
that house.
one-bedroom-
That was a
In a three-bedroom
3-bedroom.
house.
You had
3-bedroom.
1 bedroom. I went into the room. There
We
was
had
one bed.
so it was a 3-bedroom house. We can't live in there.
That's what you're saying.
Well, you and your 4 kids. That
Why?
was- It's an accumulation.
Okay,
of
so why did you
everything.
leave our 2 kids in that house with her and her 3 kids?
It's an accumulation of everything.
Okay, so you
The
leave
teeth,
our 2 in there with
the
her
schooling,
3 kids.
The housing.
the schooling.
What school? You can't bring up schooling. You can't bring that up. Because we know the rules in
Was there
Tennessee
an
about that.
affidavit done to the juvenile court eventually? Like a written report
Yeah,
on the
yeah.
removal?
There was.
Does it cover all these
Yes.
things?
And you bringing up smoking? Yes, I admitted to that.
Print that out.
I don't.
Okay, what did that mean?
If you have it in the file, it would be.
Because you told me from the very beginning, because Teresa, the reporter, told me to lie to you on the porch that Monday. And I
you kept
didn't.
it honest.
I kept it honest with you, and I told you I smoked. And what did you say? That's good that you are honest about it, because the judge is not gonna worry about it because you're being honest.
And as long as you're not using it in front of the kids.
I already admitted that
So
I
why'd you
did.
just bring it up and
So
throw
why'd
it
you
out?
bring that up?
Well, because
Because
it's
you're
still a
mad.
concern. No, I'm frustrated because you don't like to listen and you want to be right.
We don't. No, you want to be right because
you-
the day of
I don't
court,
wanna be right.
the day
I
of
want you to
court,
have
you
your
said
kids
the
back.
kids are getting put in state's custody because the family didn't cooperate. But she knew the family wasn't cooperating because the family was fighting the day she came. So that makes no sense. Why would you give the kids to the family that's fighting? And then the day before court, I text her and call her, letting her know that Teresa had came back from St. Louis that day.
I think your
to get
best
stuff started.
efforts would be made
And-
if they
and
would
what
put
happened?
this energy into doing the things that they need to do for Beth and not arguing a report that was made 9 months ago when
We're
That's
pressing
what I'm
charges on
saying.
you and everything. If you think you're just gonna walk away from this, what you think the appeal is for?
You are not the first person that has threatened.
I know I'm not the first person, and we're gonna make sure you lose your job and everything. And him being here is not gonna help you out in any kind of way, just because he's your boss.
You do what
Because
you need to
Damar got his teeth knocked out when you were still involved. I brought it up at the family team meeting, and what did y'all do about it? Y'all did nothing. Y'all didn't even find out what had happened in the home that he was in. 2 days after he got taken away from us, he got his front teeth knocked out because him and Cameron running from a dog. What did you do about that?
This is the first I'm hearing about his teeth being knocked out.
It's in
in
the
the family
it's in the
meeting.
family meeting, and you was there. You was in the first family team meeting.
So,
She's making y'all look bad.
Is that
She really
something
is.
that Beth ended up addressing?
No,
Nothing happened. His teeth got knocked out in the first home. Second home, he was attacked by a dog. He got the bite marks on his shoulder. Nothing happened. The third home, they just got moved because they were getting whoopings in the home. There's been complaints the entire time, and nothing has happened. She was involved in the case when Damari's teeth got knocked out. Why didn't she do anything about it? Why didn't she remove him from that home?
I've known nothing about his team.
Yes, she did. Yes, she did. She was in the family team meeting, and every one of them started laughing. Everyone, oh, well, no, him and Cameron they're just brothers. They were just running. No, they was running from a dog. It makes no sense. How, if y'all would have came and our kids had any, she even put that none of them was physically abused. There was nothing wrong with none of them besides Cameron's teeth. And we had set up a surgery for that. That's the reason why she said we was getting our kids back the next week. And you know how, we got proof of that.
so why'd you give me that?
Taisha and Ashley both said that she said
When's the
that.
next hearing?
So let me clarify that. So when we did the removal, that night when that removal happened and they were placed with family, then I gave them the information for the housing. I gave them some information over probably the course of the next week. I don't know if I did that all that day. And we did have a discussion that if we can get these things done,
Did I not do them?
then we could.
Every one of them
Did
got
I not
done.
do 'em?
Every one of them got
I
done.
don't
All the
think
appointments.
You guys did the housing. You guys did not. Have
Yes,
the
we.
housing. You guys did.
How can we get housing if they're telling us it's a waiting list?
6 to 8.
That's
We
impossible.
have 4 kids. It's only a limited amount of bedrooms they
And
have.
the thing is, it was stuff that she said that they were gonna do, that she was gonna do.
It's
We'll
not
help
my
you get
job
this.
to get
Okay,
your
well, don't
house.
tell us that then.
I gave you the information.
Don't tell us that. No, you're
gave you the
lying.
information.
Can I ask you just a simple question?
We just gonna have to get mom involved.
We're gonna have to get everybody involved. Your parents gonna have to just come down
She
here.
been
and
wanting to
stuff.
get involved all the time.
Everybody has, because they just been, the stuff that she did doesn't make sense.
Where you guys at case-wise, how close you getting to?
I don't know.
We don't know because they're playing games. They're trying to force us to do stuff that wasn't founded. That's why. Because they keep going back and forth.
They have you go through drug treatment, have an evaluation or something?
None of that stuff was founded. It was thrown out.
I didn't found on the supervision
Well,
because he.
the judge ordered, an evaluation, a substance abuse
A
evaluation.
basic
And a
evaluation,
mental health evaluation,
which are pretty common.
which are very common in these kind of cases.
So the next
Yeah,
question
when I
was
found
what
it.
they
Have
were
you guys
going
got
to
any of
do,
those done?
what
I'm not doing it. I didn't do
parents
nothing
needed
wrong.
to do.
And this judge had to do it too. We seen her case. That's the reason why she's forcing people to do this stuff, because she was forced into doing it. So you can't force us into doing something that you threw out of court. So they think we're stupid.
So what are you gonna do when my mom gets involved? Cause she's the reporter.
She's the reporter. That's the thing. That's what's gonna throw your whole case off.
Okay.
Because she's
So
the
that throws
reporter.
your whole case out the door though.
Yeah, it throws the whole case out the door because
And
she
then
is
that leaves
gonna
our
get
kids in
involved.
foster care for nothing, for 9 months.
For
what's
nothing.
the
So
department
that would
gonna
be
do
your
about that?
fault.
No, the judge adjudicated your children.
Okay, so what happens when
Why?
they
Because you
don't
listened to a
find that
liar.
This was,
Have you brought the information about your mother and all that stuff to the court? Has that, any of that been presented?
cause we haven't been wanting her to be involved.
What do you mean?
Because she
Wait,
was the
wait. What do you mean the information about her
Well,
mother?
you're saying that this should all be overturned because of what your mother has said?
No, she's the reporter. And
She's the
she
reporter.
knows what she did.
We knew what she was doing before it happened. That's the thing. We knew everything. It had all started in St. Louis. Every bit of it started. And answer this question. If we were doing so bad, why didn't she do any of that before I started working? Why didn't she call her before I started working? Why she wait till I started working to call DHS to come get our kids? In the end of April, knowing that school was going to end in May. That's why she did it. It was a setup. Why was she taken away from the house 20 minutes before she got there?
before.
Why was the phone call? What? Taisha and Teresa went up to the courthouse at what, 1:55?
155.
And called her right after. She said the reporter said that Destiny was just picked up by the sheriff. Okay, who was the reporter?
And she told the sheriff, don't
She was
worry,
at the
DHS
house.
is on their way.
Yeah, saying she was at the house. Who is the reporter? We know who the reporter is because she called her and told her that she had just got picked up by the deputy. Saying she set this up. She set every bit of it up.
Well, as you can see, these folks are very frustrated. The processes that has occurred there. They feel like their family said something that wasn't true.
They believe that they manipulated it.
They said that she was. They said that she was
Yes.
suicidal and that she was going to kill the kids. She was tricked and she fell right into it. That's what happened.
And so where we're at now is these folks have trouble accepting the legitimacy of the
The whole
judge's
case.
order that they do an evaluation. And so we're kind of in a catch-22. I asked for a hearing. I told Beth I was gonna do that, and I filed an application for a hearing. And essentially, the judge set it for the next hearing.
No,
Way
that's
I
not
look
odd. She set it up for April when it was reports. I sent them pictures and videos and everything of our kids with bruises on them, being abused. Why would she set it out to April? 4 months. That makes no sense.
Sometimes it's scheduling.
Or you have something to do with it. You have an interest in this case. Because every one of my friends on Facebook. Every one of them. The judge is friends with Ryan. Every one of them. Aaron, the state attorney, they're all friends on Facebook. We have all of that in the phone. Everybody is friends that got something to do with this case. Now, how we end up in front of a group of friends?
All I know is I'm not on Facebook, so you don't have me.
Yeah, you have nothing to do with it. You know what I'm saying? It's just everyone that we was against.
And you're gonna present all this to the court in April,
Well,
correct?
we're gonna present everything we can to the court.
And I think that's
given the
probably the
opportunity.
appropriate forum to do that. I mean, you can always petition to have a sooner hearing,
Well, we did.
We do.
and they shot that down.
Well, they set it out in April.
But she said if we needed to have one before that, to let our attorneys know. But then when we let our attorneys know, she still didn't do it. Come on now. It makes no sense.
That's essentially correct.
She know what she did. She know that she listened to her. You smiling for nothing. Our kids are taken. You were smiling in court too. You and Aaron. And I called them out in the family meeting. And right after that, Alan quit because I told Alan everything we told him in court to contest and stuff that he didn't do. I'm saying because they all are friends. And then y'all talk about marijuana. When Alan Ryan was on a case with a woman that had marijuana. And she still got to take her kids home.
Well,
But y'all told me that it's no way a judge is going to give y'all kids if you smoke marijuana, even though I do it outside. I'm never around my kids. And if I was around my kids, y'all could have drug tested them to see if there was anything wrong with them. Most likely you probably did.
Have the kids ever been drug tested?
They don't pass.
I mean, it ain't like they're going to
I'm just
say
asking.
I'm saying.
I have never drug tested the children, no.
Okay. Now the allegations were we were smoking, and it said we. She don't even smoke.
And I think what you'd find is that the adjudication was not based upon any kind of drug involvement.
No, the way, what I understood from the adjudication being in the hearing, it was on, I believe, supervision, medical, and shelter.
I don't have a.
What was the
What's the supervision though?
It's not supervision. I have found it on.
So why are we being supervised?
Fully. After 7 months of not being supervised at all.
I just have the medical and
But I-
the. There's
See,
more.
that's the reason why we got frustrated,
no,
because we
I
took care of the whole
believe-
medical before.
Yeah, we took care of all the
She
medical
does not
before the
confirm.
court
She
date.
may have, but I
I
not
think she-
confirmed my report.
I think she did, I'll look, let me pull up.
I only have it on medical and
I thought she adjudicated as a
housing.
3.
I seen
It was-
So it's medical and housing?
it's medical housing and
Adjudication
supervision. I
order
seen
now.
all three.
and you guys have housing now, correct?
The same way we were when we was living over there completely fine in a 3-bedroom house. We was completely fine. It was, she said there was nothing wrong. Then all of a sudden in court, everything changes.
Is the housing okay? Beth, have you been over there?
Grandpa don't want.
Grandpa don't want them involved
She don't
over
want-
there
he don't
because
want
of what they did to Shalonda. And even
It's
Shalonda
hard
said
to
that
get
the stuff
anybody
that
to
she
be
said
involved
was a
in
lie. She said that we were sleeping on the air mattress. I'm saying she just made up lies. We have the same exact bed that we had, and this is stuff she said in court. And when we talked to Shalonda and them about it, they couldn't even believe it. She said that we slept.
2 adults and 4 children.
What about it?
Did you come in?
It was a mattress on the floor. We got the same exact bed. So you are lying. Even the owner of the house said that she's lying. That's what I'm saying. She's just made up stuff. Did you check the bed to see if it was the air mattress? Just one mattress on the floor? Or was it a box spring and a mattress? Both combined.
The thing is, you're arguing over.
Yes or no? You lied. You lied about a lot of stuff in court. It's not
There was
senseless.
a
You
bed in
lied.
that room.
Did
A
you
bed
check?
in
So
that
why did you
room.
say it was an air mattress in court?
Because I believed it to be a.
You believed it to
laying on the
be.
ground.
You can't believe it to be anything. You can't just make up stuff. It was not an air mattress.
I went into the room and there was a mattress on.
No,
the
it was
floor.
not a mattress on the floor.
That
It's
is
a
what I
bed.
saw.
It was a mattress in a box spring. It wasn't just
I
a
saw
mattress on the
a
floor.
mattress on the floor.
She,
and
she's
then
lying. No, she did
saw
not.
a bed,
Okay, what else was in the room?
one bed,
What else was in the
and
room?
a dresser.
Okay.
What's all
and-
supposed to be in there?
Yeah, what else supposed to be in the room? That's in everybody's room, ain't it?
Well,
If
a
that's
bed,
where
one bed, a TV, and a dresser.
your
That's
4
everybody's
children
room.
and you guys are sleeping.
Who
and
told
that's
you that
not
we were
why-
sleeping in that room, all of us
and
together?
That's not why you guys
But who
were
told you
adjudicated.
that? Who told you all of us was in that room sleeping together in that
guys
room?
did.
Well, okay,
Your
what did we?
family
Okay,
did.
what did we say? What family?
Family
Teresa?
that was there.
No,
You said you
Teresa.
didn't interview nobody but my mom.
Yeah, and that's in court papers that you only interviewed the maternal grandmother. You didn't say nobody else's name. Nobody else's. You took the word of one person.
No.
You do. Yes, you
Go through
did.
my
Now,
collateral.
will she come to court and testify?
You said, will she?
Yeah, her mother.
Oh, you better believe it.
Amy is screwed. I promise you she is. And she's laughing and stuff. This is serious.
Yeah.
Our kids was
No,
taken
but-
for nothing. And she's laughing about it.
So
Saying you
I
should- she
spoke
shouldn't have
with,
this job,
and let
man.
me say, Shalonda, Teresa, Ashley, and
That's who
Taisha
the
are
kids-
collaterals.
That's who they were placed with.
in
That's
my-
who they was
I
placed with.
understand that, but they're collaterals in my report.
What is
and that's-
Collateral to what?
Someone else she talked to is what a
Yeah.
collateral is.
Okay, watch this though. Taisha, she was arrested way before this because her and her husband had drugs, guns, and money in a car.
And he's sitting in prison.
And he's
to this
sitting in
day.
prison now. The only reason why she got out is because he wrote a letter for her to get out. Ashley is involved in a case now that happened a year and something ago, where she was in Quincy shooting. She's facing prison time right now. The same house you said you want to leave all of our kids in, she lost right after because she wasn't paying her bills.
Another collateral, I've got, an IM worker here that's saying that you guys are not getting any assistance, so you're not getting food stamps fit for medical, so that leads me to believe that.
But if I'm working, why do we
You
need that
believe
stuff?
You can't force us to be on
I was
welfare
working
if
at
we don't
Sylvia
want
and she
to.
came in. I lost my
It's
job because of her.
It's an accumulation of everything, called Pediatric Associates, that, in regards to the carnation, powder and milk,
What
so I
did you say?
spoke with them.
We remember what she
What
said in
they
front of
I
Callie.
spoke to, you have one right there, you have a
I
copy.
can tell you what she said.
Community
She
health.
told
Tell me what
she
they
told
said.
us that they said
Community health,
that that's why she's
dental clinic,
trying to
I
interrupt
call
me. She told us right in front of Callie that she talked to the physician about Leah and the milk. She said the physician said that it's
long as
fine
it's
as long
fine.
it depends on how the baby takes it.
Yep,
That's
that
what
is
she
it
said.
says.
But that's not
So
what
how
she
did you say it was founded? Because we were bothered.
and giving her whole milk. Who said we was giving her whole milk?
Medical
My
milk.
mom.
I believe carnation milk is.
That's not
could be
whole milk.
Considered a whole milk.
Do you even have kids?
So that's none of your concern.
Okay.
Family
See,
practice.
now you see why we're so frustrated? It's people like her that's no
It's the one
good.
that
That shouldn't
did
have
our
their job.
investigation.
Yeah, this is the one that did our investigation. The one that's right here on camera getting smart and everything and don't even care. She's laughing at everything. This is gonna make y'all look bad, especially when it goes
What do I
viral.
look like online?
Because it's so many people. I got you on here already laughing.
I don't care.
That's what I'm saying. I know you don't care. I know you don't care. That's your problem because you don't care. You don't care. No, I'm tired of people like this, man. Our kids are going for nothing.
We're done.
And she know it. I've been done with you. That's what I'm saying. Our kids are going for nothing because of this woman.
And you only think when you get to court, present all.
Our kid, my son's teeth was knocked out while she was still involved. She did nothing about it.
I was not involved.
Yes, you was involved.
I did not
Okay, if you wasn't involved, how did his teeth get knocked out in the first home with Cameron when they was just there for the weekend? They left 2 days after. He got his teeth knocked out running, him and Cameron. They ran into each other. It's even in court papers that I said it at the first meeting, and you were there.
Okay, I do not recall that.
If we bad parents, why do we have her? Why did DHS come? Why didn't the hospital come take her?
Nobody's ever said.
If everything they said was true, no, if everything she said was true
I mean,
about
basically
housing, about us not having housing, about us abusing our kids, not feeding them well, and all this different stuff, why do we have her? Why is she 3 months and this big? That's what I'm saying. It don't make sense.
Like I said, when you get to court, bring all this stuff up, and if, I think Judge Dean, is it Judge Dean?
We're not standing in front of Judge Dean no more because we know that we can stand in front of another judge. We already found all the laws and codes and all that different stuff. I've been requesting a new judge. When this case first started, I've been requesting a new
Well, either
judge,
judge
and they
we have
didn't
in
do
this
it.
county, I think they're fair individuals, and if they see that.
Yeah, Judge Brown, the chief judge, is the one sent Destiny home. She sent her back home to the kids because the deputy said she was in the room being a mother. But she didn't want to call that deputy to find out what was going on. She didn't call my job even though she showed up at 2:30. I was at work till 3:30. Now one time did she call my job to see what was going on. She didn't call the hospital until after I showed up, and that was after 4. I'm saying she didn't do her job. All those other kids was out there while this fighting was going on. No other kid was taken. It was 11 kids out there that day.
I did not see it.
Our 4, Taisha's 3, Ashley's 3, and Taisha's 1. So Shalonda's 3, and Ashley's, that's 6, plus Malika, that's 7, plus our 4. That's 11 kids, and only our 4 was taken, and we wasn't the ones home or fighting.
Well, part of the reason for that would be, the reason she was there is because there was an intake concerning your children.
Okay, what about the car seat getting thrown? Why would she put our kids in the home with that same person that she had to call and call the judge because they was in imminent danger? Because when we got there, she said, oh, it was too much chaos, I had to do it. If it's too much chaos why did you have to do it? Why didn't you get in touch with us? It makes no sense. She don't need this job. I'm saying she's the worst person for y'all, because to go out and try to make it seem like that the reporter is different from, we know who it was. That's the reason why we told you about what she did in Tennessee. I'm saying when I came on the scene, I told her right in front of Teresa that she had made this up and she had did it before, and that she was lying about everything. I let her know that we don't take our kids to the doctors unless necessary, because that's our beliefs. We're not just taking them for nothing. The last time we took our kids was 4 or 5 months before she came. We took them to the emergency room up here before y'all even was involved in our lives, because our son had an ear infection, and we wanted to make sure all of them was fine. I'm saying the stuff she's saying, it don't make sense. A reporter. Who's the reporter? We know who it is. We've been doing it from the very beginning. You told us we were getting our kids back the next week. We have plenty of witnesses, the ones you put down. They the ones told us. Taisha came straight to the house and told us that you said the only thing Destiny had to do was complete that list. What happened? We completed the list. So why did our kids still get taken?
I think no matter what I say.
No, you can't answer that question? Okay, watch this. The day before court, it's even in here. I contacted her, letting her know that Teresa had got back in town. She never responded to me at all. I was letting her know what Teresa was doing. She did not respond. But she responded when they came, when the police and stuff showed up. She responded and threatened us. When this woman had just came, and then she said we wouldn't let our kids go back to them. It wasn't that we wouldn't let our kids go back. On April 28th, everybody gave the kids back to us because they don't know them. That's the thing. They didn't want to keep the kids. They all brought them back. And the day before court, she was supposed to bring Jeremiah to the house at, 10 o'clock over Shalanda's? Jeremiah didn't show up until 6 o'clock in the afternoon, and then they came back like 2 hours later to pick him up.
So was part of the reason that the safety plan was violated?
Yep.
Was that?
And I believe, and I don't know who the players were, but I believe at the
Am I
time there
correct on that?
was.
Well, one of the reasons was because the people that had the children placed them back with you guys, and that was against the safety.
She didn't even know that part. That's the
what I
thing.
did.
She didn't even know that part. The reason why she didn't know that part, because everybody knew that our kids were safer with us. That's the reason why they brought them back and nobody said a word. They kept it from her. Everybody did. She got mad because what was it, the day before court? That morning we had to take Leah to the hospital because she had an ear infection, because Shalonda had left her home with the person that was staying over Shalonda's house that night when the kids were taken. She went with Teresa to try to set up a plot. She left with Teresa that morning, that night, and we heard Leah screaming.
A block away,
because we was walking, and we heard her screaming. And yes, we're gonna go pick up our daughter. We went and picked up our daughter. We're supposed to, because she's our daughter. And she had an ear infection, we just took her to the emergency room that same morning, early that morning. So of course we're gonna go pick her up. And then in court papers, she even said it in court, the family didn't cooperate. That's the reason why the kids are getting put in state custody. Foster care. Okay, that's the same family that was fighting when we wasn't there. So how do you think they're gonna act?